everything for me and my
It's
children.
time for another Truthnado. We're going to start off with the Truthnado, a fact right off the bat. According to a quick Google search, the average age of a fast food worker in America is 35. It's not just 16-year-olds making, weed money anymore. The average age is 35. Lawmakers in California realized this and thought, fast food workers should make a decent living. They should get $20 an hour.
After years of protests, restaurant chains with more than 60 locations nationwide must now pay their California employees at least $20 an hour. It's one of the highest minimum wages in the country, and the first time state lawmakers have mandated a minimum wage for just one industry.
If the company has more than 60 establishments nationwide. Fast food people heard this. They're like, okay, if you're going to raise the minimum wage to $20, we're going to lay off a lot of people. We're going to raise prices. We're going to not open new places and move out of states.
Supporters say it's time for the billion-dollar corporations to pay a living wage.
How's it going?
But many franchise owners like Jessica Diambra, who runs 11 McDonald's around L.A., say the law puts an unfair strain on their businesses already operating on slim margins.
Do you feel targeted, that it's specifically for fast food?
Yes, and I think people just don't realize that. They see this big McDonald's brand and just think, oh, they've got all the money in the world, and it's just that's not at all how it is.
Lawmakers like, it'll be fine. So they did. They raised the minimum wage to $20 an hour, which is great for those who are able to keep their job, but
McDonald's, Chipotle, and Starbucks already saying they plan to raise prices to offset the rising labor costs. Pizza Hut preemptively laid off 1,200 delivery drivers like Michael Ojeda.
I was very frustrated. A lot of us got our jobs taken from us.
He was let go after 8 years.
What's the point of the raise if you don't have a job anymore?
The big fast food companies did exactly what they said they would. They raised prices, they laid a lot of people off, they shut some places down, and they're not opening more, and they're moving out of state. Now, some of you may know I'm a Chicago guy, but my partner in this lives in L.A., and he can confirm that a Big Mac out in L.A. costs you about $10, about $3 more than it does in Chicago. So while it was a nice gesture to try to give people a living wage, the Truthnado is it hurt a lot of business. A lot of people lost their jobs. And, these fast food places, the corporate didn't shell out the money. These are franchise. So franchisee owners has to shell out the money. And they may not have the biggest margins.
But the governor also facing backlash about Panera Bread and California's minimum wage law. NBC4 chief political reporter Conan Nolan asked him about it during a one-on-one interview that you will see here for the first time and only on NBC4. Conan joins us now live from our newsroom. Conan.
First, the clock is ticking for the governor of California involving the state's new minimum wage law for fast food workers.
That it's a friend of Gavin Newsom who doesn't have to pay the $20 an hour minimum wage.
But it turns out, A, it's not true. He never talked to me about it, period, full stop. So it's an absurd story.
He didn't have to talk to you about it.
There were some discussions around bakeries and this and that, but in relationship to this story, it's absurd.
It's a coincidence that that this new minimum wage law did not impact a campaign contributor of yours.
It does impact.
The backup to that, so here's the problem, is that the law impacted just those who work for fast food restaurant chains. There was a provision in it that singled out those who make standalone bread products, bakery products, and that, it appeared, according to Bloomberg News, who did a deep dive into it, to have helped the governor's friend, a guy named Greg Floyd, who is runs 24 different Panera Bread restaurants in California.
So I don't have a fun way to wrap this up, but like, share, subscribe, and some people say not everyone's worth $20.